seated because it's dinner.
I was a bit like
Start maybe by repeating one or two things that to express all of us here gathered for the opportunity.
Ramadan fast with our
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa sallallahu ala al-rajim. Still.
ladies and gentlemen that are here today, leaders of political parties, Rahim, Your Excellency, Nigeria.
First, let me.
very well said. And Nigerians, over to you. Well, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as Nigerians, onto your hands. As we, next time, in 2023, we'll bounce back.
اللهم صل على محمد وبارك على محمد من المجيد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب.
For graciously inviting each and every one of us here to dine and break fast with him. I don't have too many things to say except to say that if you look around us as we're seated now, you will discover that majority of us are dressed in our traditional attires. We're wearing our Nigerian dress code. Your Excellency, I want to graciously request, I wish the Central Bank Governor was here, if we could change the dress code for the banks to the Nigerian dress code. And I would be very frank here. One of the ways of growing homegrown economy and ensuring that we don't let capital flight continue to be a parameter of measuring who we are as a nation is for us to grow our textile industry such that when our bankers starts to wear our outfit, tailors will be engaged, more money will be made, jobs will be created, our young ones will find something else to do. Tomorrow is no more about us, those of us that are here today. It's about the young ones to whom we're going to be leaving legacies. And one of the things I would want us to do is to leave a legacy of Nigerian identity. My second request, Your Excellency, is for us to start to institutionally address our value system. Part of the reason why we have so much of insecurity and quite a number of other hiccups in our country today is primarily because of the fact that the value system some of us grew up with, they're gone. The value system of respect, of hard work, of diligence. We've allowed erosion of something so fundamental and foundational such that today the consequence is one of the things we're all dealing with. I think it will be very important for the critical institution of states to begin to promote value system. Thirdly, just like the meeting I had with you recently, sir, when I showed you 44 items of my dream for the year 2022, I've been able to tick off some of them. I just equally concluded the acquisition of additional power plants that we're going to build in Nigeria, in spite of all the noise everybody is making. We realize as a nation that as businessmen, when we travel abroad and we go everywhere, electricity is given. It's no more on the menu of things they want to do. Invariably, if we want to grow the Nigerian economy, we have to electrify the Nigerian economy. To electrify the Nigerian economy, we have to support Nigerian businessmen. There are issues and there are challenges, but we truly believe in Nigeria, and we will definitely be part of those who will make Nigeria very great. On a last note, sir, we're transitioning. I want to respectfully seek from you, sir, that for anybody that comes around to show interest in leadership, you kindly ask them for their manifesto, sitting down with you, and not what they want to do, but how are they going to do it. The challenge has always been in how, not what. It is so easy for a footballer to say, in this match today, I'm going to score 10 goals. But a good coach will sit back and say, how do you intend in 90 minutes to score 10 goals? Those who will lead us after you must be those who will be able to complete all the projects you have started. We're grateful that the East-West Road is ongoing and it will soon be completed. We're glad that the second Niger bridge is being completed. We're glad that quite a number of infrastructural developments are taking place in the nation, but there is a need for continuity. We in business, we love to be able to predict. We love to be able to plan, and we can plan on the basis of the hope that we see in leadership. The next leader, Your Excellency, should be somebody that carries the banner of hope, the banner of true Nigeria, and not a banner for self. God bless you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much, sir.
He has introduced credibility, respect, and admiration in the polity. Because the fact that the political leaders of other political parties are sitting with you here today speaks volume that you are truly a Democrat and you believe in the project of growing democracy in this country. Mr. President, history beckons on you. 2023 is going to be your glorious exit. That is our prayer. For that to happen, sir, you have to, as you usually do, take full charge of every activities that matter in the exercise. INEC is doing quite a lot. We're excited by the innovations that INEC has brought into the electoral process. It has introduced transparency, accountability, and recourse that after the elections have been conducted, those who are not happy with the result will now have verifiable evidence by way of the computerization of the process. Sir, we at the Interparty Advisory Council, we are preparing very soon to give you an award of Hero of Democracy. And we are doing this, believe you me, because the coming in, the signing of the 2022 electoral law is a paradigm shift that will guarantee peaceful, acceptable, and all-inclusive elections in this country. Sir, we want you to please weigh in on the role that the security agencies are going to play in the exercise. Because as far as the environment is concerned, for credible, reliable, peaceful, all-inclusive elections is concerned, the INEC has done a lot in that respect. But INEC is not only alone. There are key stakeholders, including ourselves, the political parties. But like yourself, sir, Our utmost desire, sir, is to have a country that the whole world will respect, because we are the biggest democracy, sir, on the continent of Africa. And I know that by the time we conduct 2023 election, all eyes will be on Nigeria, sir. And whatever comes out of that election will dictate the pace and what happens to Africa as a continent. Sir, before I end this speech, I must also mention that members of the IPAC, that is the leaders of political party, we are worried about the program that INEC has brought out. Although we are already in discussions with them, but we must mention it to you, to say that you elect a candidate that will spend 10 months campaigning in this country, sir, is a Herculean task. So we are appealing to you, sir, to perhaps talk to INEC so that perhaps they will take a second look at what they have done, because even if they give us more allowance, more time, it will still not be outside what the Constitution provides, which is not later than 180 days. Sir, I also want you to consider the appointment of political party liaison officer. Other administrations have something like that. And it is a good forum that will bring political parties nearer to you so that we can help you in propagating your ideas, ensuring that your programs are successful, because we cover the entire space of this country. Yes, APC may be big, PDP may be also big, but these political parties, believe you me, we have membership that when you put them together, perhaps may be bigger than what you find in APC and PDP. Sir. So we would want this gathering, this interaction with you, sir, to be repeated perhaps every quarter or every 6 months, so that we will go back to our members and tell them that we've met Mr. President and we spoke with we discussed with Mr. President, and Mr. President wants this to be done. They will believe that, yes, this is something that is for the nation. So I want to thank you very much. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to protect you, to guide you, to give you good health and your family and Nigeria. Thank you very much.
The spirit that drives this invitation and this sharing that is taking place right now is a spirit that we do need to move Nigeria forward. With us here are leaders in their own right. And each one of us here maybe need to be reminded that wherever you find yourself, you are President Buhari there. The enormous responsibility that rests on his shoulders, those of us who believe in Nigeria, like you all do here, know that the responsibility for moving this country forward, for tackling the ills that are pulling us backward, does not rest only on the shoulders of Mr. President, the Commander-in-Chief. Yes, by his oath of office, he is the number one. And all bucks stop on his table. No dispute about that. But as leaders, we owe ourselves and owe this country that responsibility, that the leadership that God has given you in your own domain, in your own calling, places that same burden on you. How we move this country together. Here we are. We talk, one with the other. We joke. As we go past, we shake hands. As a show of solidarity, as a show of love, as a show of brotherhood. But many a times, this spirit is not carried where it is most needed. The spirit of togetherness, the spirit of sharing, the spirit of leadership demands that all of us, no matter where you are, no matter where you find yourself, no matter your calling, you have that duty as an adult Nigerian, particularly those of us who are opportune to be where we are. We owe this country a duty. Often, when something is going wrong, the easiest thing we do is to point accusing fingers. And sometimes it is shocking that even those that are given some portion of leadership of this country do not stand up to their calling. As political leaders, we must take this message home. We must bear that responsibility. Nobody will do it for us. We have no other country but this Federal Republic of Nigeria. Some of us who are privileged travel out of this country, oftentimes. No matter the regimentation in countries that we visit, we always oblige, we always follow the law. In Nigeria, we have allergy for obeying simple laws. Simple laws. Nobody goes to London, for instance, or New York, or wherever, and he sees traffic light saying, showing him red, and you go on. In this country, you will just go, any traffic is on your way, try to just avoid it and beat the traffic light. These are little things. You see wrongs being committed. You are a Nigerian, you have a responsibility. The president has got the police, he's got the judiciary, he's got whichever departments of government there is to oversee these things. He cannot do it himself. We all have a national responsibility. When we see a wrong, we try to correct it. We try to correct it. When you do so, you are asserting your responsibility to the sovereign. It is therefore my hope and prayers as we gather here as political leaders. Out of a population of over 200 million people, here we are. We are talking for Nigeria. But for opportunities, there may be other Nigerians that are much better in all sphere of life than of us here seated. But it please God that this moment is our moment to take the challenge and do the best we can to lead our country of those negativities that tend to draw us back in our march towards the realization of the Nigerian project. I do hope that as political leaders, you will bear in mind, like Yusuf said a while ago, we have less than 10 months to election today. We have a ruling party. I'm privileged to lead the ruling party. But we need peace for that election to succeed. We need conformity with the laws of the land for that election to succeed. The success of that election is not just for the winner. I hope it will be my party. But my prayer and bigger or greater hope is that the success of the election, no matter who wins, is for our good. If we don't face that election with a commitment to ensure we have a peaceful election, no matter who wins, there's no glory in it. Success becomes failure. So we must put our heads together as we are this evening to see that we work in unison as parties. Every one of us has his own course charted by Almighty God. Who will win the next election is known by God already. So we are all grappling in the dark. And let's get one commitment that will do nothing in the course of a pursuit for political victory to do anything that will harm this country or harm democracy as we understand it, as we want to practice it. If something goes wrong, God forbid, everything we have, everything we believe, every ground we believe we covered, we're setting ourselves back. So please, let's forget, let's stop beating our chests, let's take the spirit of that shaking hands that we do from time to time, that this country belongs to all of us. Those of us who are vying for offices are privileged Nigerians. And those who are not as privileged as we are thousands and thousands, millions in number, more than we are. So we must not forget them, whatever we do. They suffer when we fail, and when they are suffering, we enjoy. This is not the spirit of leadership. So I challenge you, my dear colleagues, leaders of political parties, that let's get together. Let's be sure that the forthcoming election is done successfully. Let's continue to relate as friendly, brotherly Nigerians. Let us not be divided in the pursuit of the Nigerian goal, the Nigerian project. We all have the same destiny, whatever befalls this country. May we have a successful election. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor that the leaders of the business community and the leadership of our political parties have joined us for breaking of the fast tonight. I am pleased to say that we enjoy a wonderful relationship with the business community in the country in a way that is most beneficial for the nation. No administration has done as much as we have done in the creation of a climate best suited for business, big and small, to thrive. The Ease of Doing Business Index, that is globally recognized, has acknowledged that the ease with which business is carried out in the country has never been better than it is today. We will continue to make it better. We will equally continue to count on the support of the private sector to improve economic growth and create new job opportunities for our teeming population. Employment is critical to stability and prosperity of our country. Government and the private sector working together have an opportunity to transform lives of people in ways that was hard to imagine in the past. I'm also pleased to share this pleasant moment with the leadership of our political parties, including my own, the All Progressive Congress. Gentlemen, it is good to see. For those of us fasting at Ramadan, may Allah accept our ibadah. Only a week ago, we had tremendous success at the meeting of the National Executive Committee, NAC, ending with a clear message that the party will continue to push for the establishment of democratic principles at all levels. Today, we can proudly say that we have a political system that allows political parties of all views and persuasions, reflecting the diversity of our nation, to coexist and contest for elections at all levels of government without fear or institutional bias and pressure. I request all political parties to keep elections and election-related differences aside, to join the administration as we strive to defeat the common enemy, that is insecurity. Without mass popular support to our hard-working armed forces, it will take us much longer to finish off the successful war we are waging against terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. Our country must be kept safe for progress and prosperity to be entrenched. I look forward to seeing the reflection of this spirit in the relationship between the parties and the government, especially as the election season will soon be on us. Thank you very much.